Hello, hello, hello. Thank you for tuning in. My name is Larry Duncan Allen, and this is No More Water. Bye. Next time. I have a special topic tonight, may offend many people, is black men make agreements, black men make deals, black women make noise. I know a lot of people not going to like it, but the point of that subject is in the black community, during most of the time that black people was fighting for rights, black men was at the forefront of it. And we got a lot accomplished. But then came the feminist movement and black women joined it and they kept up so much noise, so the black men started letting them do things. And they just about taking over leadership in the community, and we haven't made any substantial gains or any since then. I'm not talking about you going to college and getting a job. That's a personal gain. I'm talking about gains for the community. We haven't made any sense. Matter of fact, we're going backwards now. We have women-led household, and our boys have gotten so violent because they're so emotional following after the women lead. Because when they say you want to see a man's emotions, one of the strongest emotions a man has is anger. Okay, our elections, we can barely get black people out to vote now. When the men were doing it, to not the women doing it, they just keep up a lot of noise, run around all on social media and you know, treating it like it's black girl magic. Everyone else not going for that. White men not going for it. White people in them, no one's going for it. Black men used to hearing you talk that. But you cannot go to these other people and run a national campaign as though the woman is Kamala Harris was running for president of the Deltas, a black female organization. She was running for president of the United States. And you cannot inject gender or race in that because you're going to offend a lot of people. You got this is a strategy. We're not talking about what it should be and what shouldn't be. You have to think of a strategy that's going to win. When the black men was running these, getting out the vote, you know how they did it? They worked through organizations, the Urban League, CORE, ACORN. They had men working on the precinct level, getting people to the polls. You don't see that happening anymore. Just get on social media and say, let's go vote, looking at polls and seeing what's happening, and instead of getting out there doing it. Men need to take back charge of the black community because we've been totally left out. Because see, when men talk about the community, he talks about black people. Women only talk about black women. It's like black men and women have become two different entities. Matter of fact, I believe it's Vivica Fox and her group said that when you mention black people, you're not talking about black women. Unless you think black women are people. There was even one black group on social media on Facebook talking about helping the police unalive black men, trying to systematically do things against us. We've never done that to black women, try to systematically harm you. That's the way. That's the way. Those other folks' way of doing it. So the supremacist way, they do things systematically. We never done anything like that before, especially not to black women. So why would you think of doing that to us? I'm not saying it caught on, but it's just the fact that that was even brought up. So so I'm telling the men, you got to stop listening to these women. During Kamala Harris campaign, it really showed then when they said that she was losing some black men. They still kept it up. And then when I saw Kamala Harris when she had her rallies, I look at the people behind her. Now they said there was a lot of black men who would come to her rallies, but you didn't see any in the backdrop behind her. You saw white men, Hispanic men, women of all races, but no black men. And each one of them I looked at. Now, if you said you was losing black men, why not put some black men back there? Even Trump had some stepping pitches back there. I don't know if they were paid or not, but they were. He had some back there. See, this black girl magic stuff is not working with these other people. You can't act like as though this we run this is ours and everybody else better get in line. No one's getting in nothing. And I really think black women blew this election for Kamala Harris. You just turned a lot of people off. Men has to run these things because women are not going to run it correctly. You keep up a lot of noise. You say a lot of nice things, big speech, but you don't get anything done. Even Jasmine Crockett, she had to tell them. They said because she's doing a good job, I think, of punching back. And they were talking about putting her in place of Hakeem Jeffries. She said, no, he's doing his job. He's the quarterback. He's filing these lawsuits. He's keeping everything together. See, because you don't hear him out keeping up a lot of noise, that don't mean he's not doing anything. Noise keepers are usually not the ones who have to sit at the table and negotiate. You just can't keep up a lot of noise. During when Stacey Abrams was running, I told people both times when she ran for governor of Georgia, I think she was a good candidate. I told people she's not going to win because of the way those women are treating her like as though they almost treat her like as though you better vote for her because she's a black woman. That's the way they bring it off to you. Vote for her because she's a black woman. No one's going to do that. They tried it with Obama, but he wouldn't allow them to do that. He kept it on course. But Kamala Harris did also. She didn't play the gender or race politics. She didn't do it. But the people around her were. And they was the one putting the image out. See women, I think you all work better if you work with black men instead of trying to run it. Because you ran it since the 70s and things have went backwards. Now we lost the rights that the men had championed to get. I know women had their part, but men championed that, and he championed it. But you know, but you do good when you play your part with us, not by yourselves. Cause you just about to ran off and left us, like you don't want to get anything accomplished with us. You just want to do it. Because more black women going to college, more black men going to college, plus trade school. That's not really what, but that's not helping getting things done for the betterment of the people as a whole. That's your personal gain. Because men don't have to go to college. Men can go get a job and make just as much or more money as a woman with her degree because the type of jobs that women get, you have to get a degree to make more money. Men don't. Men can get a degree and make more money, but the most men are blue collar because they make a lot of money being blue collar. A lot of people tell a woman, you got a degree, why you doing with that man? She said he make more money than I do. And he work at a factory. But see, I know a lot of this may anger a lot of people. Don't get angry. Look at facts. What has black people as a whole gained since the feminist movement helped put black women in charge? We gained broken homes, baby mamas and daddies, and you cannot build a community without families. That's why other demographics, every time the Mexicans come and move among black people, next thing you know, they got the whole neighborhood, the whole community, because they got families. We don't. We just have people with children. We 25% of black women will ever get married in their life. 30% of black men are married. Black men have a higher marriage rate than black women. But no one wants to talk about that. They say these men don't want relationship. Who break up the relationship? Men don't. I know men whose wives had baby by other men. He still stayed in with his family. Got out when as soon as they growed up, he got away from them. But he didn't. See, most of the time when a man leaves his family, he's not leaving. He's being put out of there. But I know the women are going to see that because you're going to look at the men who are on the bottom, on the lower end, and that's all you ever see. See, when let's say white women go in the castle, they'll go or they go looking for a man. They'll go look at the men at the top. They know they may not get the man at the top. They'll work their way down until they get somebody with somebody worthwhile, and now they see is pretty good men. If you start at the top and work your way down, black women come to the castle or the village, instead of looking at the king, the prince, and work her way down, she's going to come in and see who's the cutest and the finest, got the best penis. Then she starts at the bottom and work her way up. So all she sees is the losers. And that makes that her level. If you keep dealing on a certain level, that means that's your level. But she works her way up. That's why she said they say there's no good men. There's no good men out here. You hear other women saying that because of where you started from. You started at the bottom and worked your way up. So quit blaming everything on men. Take some accountability of your own. Because you when men make money in excess, he's still trying to think about getting him a family. But a woman see money as getting away from a man. I don't need a man now. Because you reduce him to a penis and a wallet. But the thing is, when it comes to the community, we're gonna have to work out something because we're not making it. We're going backwards. And now you're gonna have to, because a lot of those high-paying government jobs you women got, they're getting you out of there. I hate to see that happen, but it's happening. That DT, the majority of black people had jobs, with those making six figures, mostly through the government. The black people is is highly represented on government jobs, just not in corporate jobs. There's very few black people making six figures in corporate jobs. The majority is making it on government jobs, and they're eliminating that. And see, and the reason I say that is because women see money as liberation, and if that's the way you want to go ahead. But don't try that like it's the man's fault when you done got when you can't because you done messed up your best years. Don't act like it's always a man's fault. And then you want to keep him. Said, see, when I was coming up, do you know who was having out of wedlock babies? I'm not saying it was good, but it's just a fact of what happened. It was mostly teenage girls. Now you got women in their 30s and 40s doing this, having babies for the first time. And that is geriatric pregnancy, after 35, that's high risk pregnancy. But back to my topic, men gonna have to take it back. Your women has ruined it. You ruined it. You did the same thing with Hillary Clinton, making it about women instead of making it about policy. They walk around in their rallies. They tell me every time they let a black woman spoke, they have to bring up the fact that she's a black woman. Because of what y'all may not say she was black, but she was black. Because you know why? She's black according to the people who run it. That's who say who. Of course, when it came to the campaign, the people who run it, run the society, that's who said who's black. If Kamala Harris, police stopped her, they wouldn't because they would stop her for no reason. They would stop her because she was black. They wouldn't be stopping her because she's Southeast Asian. They would stop Obama because he's black. They wouldn't stop him because his mother was white. So Kamala Harris was black. So when you get to it down to it, the women need to the women don't need to step back. The men need to take it back. Quit bowing down to these women just because you don't want to argue. Quit bowing down to them. Because you know they're going to argue, let them argue. Because see, if they want to just keep up and arguing, then we may have to go on without them. Do it without them. If we can do it without them, they can't do it without us. They think they can. Women aren't builders. Men are builders. Matter of fact, men have built things up so much now women think they don't need us no more. Made things so comfortable and nice for them. But when Trump gets done taking those jobs away, you're going to have a problem. A big problem. See what happened, the reason more women got into government jobs is because of affirmative action. See, they saw women as a double minority, which they got 2 points for her instead of one. A black woman, she's black and she's a woman. And they use those jobs to put over men's heads. And now you're not even getting much from affirmative action anymore. White women and white people gaining the most because out of that 17%, white women are getting the majority of it. And white men are walking away with 83%. He's now the minority. And then he's not satisfied with that. He's getting part of that 17% through his daughters and wives, trying to open up business and through them. DEI the same way. White women benefit the most from that. 78%. Black people got it was like 1.5% or something like that. Same with affirmative action. But you always hear them say, well, we gave you affirmative action. Well, why did you have to do that? Shouldn't have to do that. And the thing about it, you gave it to others. You didn't just give it to us, you gave it mostly to white women, and 83% set aside for white men. So how'd you give us something? But instead of taking those jobs and building families with, the women took it and just had babies, and so I don't need no man. And it's awful strange that the same number of men in prison is the same number of men that are raised by women only. But I can't say women only because most of those women are living alone. They got a man in that house. But when the man try to help out, they try to say, well, he ain't none of yours anyway. She ain't none of yours anyway. Leave him alone. Don't want the man even discipline the children. And I mean, when I say discipline, I'm not talking about whipping. Don't hardly want him to tell them anything. And the majority of black men in prison came from female-led households. Even if it was a man in there, the woman led the household. Those guys, it's just like as a man out there. If she just got her little beta wimp around, he can't say nothing to the children without her getting mad, telling them that he ain't none of yours, leave him alone. But and because when women raise a man, she raised him to think like her. I remember I was years ago. I was down with I was at a place and Martin Luther King III was there, the son of Martin Luther King Jr. And we was at a school, and and I was there recording, and the man, I heard one of the boys say, "That dude ugly." And I'm thinking, who this man is accomplished. He's the son of Martin Luther King Jr. He started and owned Bounce TV. He's a millionaire. And he's worried about how the man look. And I thought to myself, why is another male worried about how another male look. Why is that even on his mind? That's something for a woman to say. And I've heard a lot of men say that about another man being ugly. Why does he care? Unless he's looking for a man, why does he care? The reason being they were raised by women, and that's something that his mother would say. He heard her talk about men who are ugly, and and uh, um, and that's odd for a man like me to hear another man something called all they see a man presenting something to them, accomplished man, and the first thing they want to come out of his mouth is how the man look. That goes to show what those women-led households can do. So there's some good guys come out some women-led households, but the majority don't. I know plenty of them who have, but the majority don't. I know you can say there's some bad kids come out of a male-led household. Yeah, some do. Nothing's 100%. Just like the female household is not going to be 100% bad, the male-led household is not going to be 100% good. So some of the men just crazy. They don't can treat the boys, especially like he's in the military, kind of a little bit too hard. But all in all, boys do come out better when their father is around. My father was with us to the day he died. And we didn't get beatings and whoopings and all that. We were taught. But I noticed when I see women with these kids at the store, they used to beat them in the store, but they know they can't do that now. They'll get arrested. But listen to the way they talk to the kids in the store, cursing at them. Come on, bring your age, you know what on. Come on here. I saw one about a month ago. I was at the store. The boy just standing there. He must have been about 10 years old. He's not doing nothing. The woman just fussing at him. If he just look at something, turn his head, look at something, she's fussing at him. So what is she fussing? I'm thinking to myself, what is he doing? She just figures she's out and she's supposed to fuss at him. And it got to the place the boy just wasn't paying any attention anymore. Like he was just used to it. That's why I say the men got to get back in the fold. You men, stop letting these women run you and run everything. We got to take it back because they're ruining things. Let them get their degrees, get their jobs, but stop letting them run the community because they're ruining it. Every town, black town, is gone bad. Most of them have. But the men is going to take over and try to see if we can rebuild. History is against us because black towns usually want to rebuild black areas, but maybe we can start trying to divide history because now we're going to have to do things for ourselves. The government is not going to do it anymore. So women, that's the government safety net. It may be gone soon. I hope it don't. But look at the way this president is doing things, or this president of the Oval Office is doing things. This dictator, the way he's doing things, you may not have that safety net for long. He's cutting, they're trying to eliminate us, cause problems, and then build prisons. Alcatraz, talking about putting citizens in there. What citizens you think they're talking about? See, they can't deport us. They don't know what to do with us. So they eliminate all our rights, start throwing us in prisons. You know what? And they're talking about sending you to other countries. Now, what countries you think they're going to start sending black people to? They're going to try to work out deals with an African country because they know those leaders will do anything for some money. They gave away Africa all this stuff for free, just pennies on the dollar for nothing. But look, before all this happened, we're gonna have to take charge and take back charge of our communities. And if these women don't like it, we just do it by ourselves. Leave them out of it like they left us out of everything. When you hear a woman giving a speech, what does she talk about? I was at the NAACP then one time. This woman, a few years ago, this woman was giving a speech. All she talked about was black women and girls. If she made a mistake and mentioned black men, she said, excuse me, but especially black women and girls. When the mayor of St. Louis was inaugurated over there a few years ago, I recorded it. All she talked about was black women and girls. Every black you hear black women talking, anywhere giving a speech. It's always about black women. That's the only subject they know how to talk about is black women. We know you're a black woman. Can you talk about anything else? And the thing and what they do, they leave black men completely out. And if they do happen to mention black men, like I say, they're gonna say, but especially black women and girls. But when a black man give a speech, he talk about black people. And if you all can include us, we need to stop including you. We need to go spike for spike, tit for tat. Because I'm tired of black men getting walked on, treated like we're nothing, while the black women ruin our society, ruin black society. And I tell you, the there was I was watching a telecast one, must have been a couple of weeks ago, and this black woman was on there, and she talked about the disenfranchised communities. You know what she said? She said, disenfranchised community, black women, people of color. She mentioned the immigrants, trans people, LGBTQ. Now, who did she leave out? Black men. All she had to do was say black people. And if you notice, when they do mention black men, they'll say black women and black men. They don't say black people anymore. Now, if they want to separate from us, let them do it and see how far they get. I bet we'll get somewhere because they don't know what they're doing. They ruined two female presidential elections. The only reason Biden won because them women went in on it. If he had won with them talking that black girl magic, if he had ran with them talking that black girl magic talk, he would have lost also. Because these other people don't want to hear that crap. What magic? Most of you are not doing that good. You just talk about the ones who are. Just like most black men are not doing that bad. But you talk about the ones who are. Do you know that the crime rate among working class black men is very low? The majority of crime committed by black males, the majority of crime in the black area, this was from like 4 years ago from the FBI. It said that 90% of the crime in black areas, the serious, violent and serious crime, was committed by 90% was committed by less than 2% of the people. And and they would be between the ages of 14 and 22. I usually don't talk. Excuse me. I usually don't talk this much. I gotta get used to it. And it's by less than 2% of the people. Less than noise, yes, but and they was between the age 90% of the crime committed by less than 2% of the people between the ages of 14 and 22. And it was usually black males. You know why it stopped at 22? They either went to prison or they got jobs. Working black males commit very little crime. You know who crime rate is going up? Black females. They're killing people now. It used to be rare for a black woman to kill someone. It's getting quite common now. You all need to stop, so go back to being women and stop trying to be men. Most of you so masculine, you come to a man like you his boss, fussing. You don't come asking him, you come fuss at him. And the thing about then, when he match your masculine energy, you say he's acting like a woman, these men matching a woman's energy. No, you come to him with his energy. That's what he's matching. That masculine energy you bringing him. Come to him like a woman. You see the similarities because you're acting masculine and he's acting masculine. But when he act masculine, it's toxic. When you act masculine, you're supposed to be strong and independent. We got everything backwards. And I have to say, black people operate backwards, which is one of our problems. We do everything backwards. While everyone else is operating under a patriarch dominated system, we're operating under a matriarch dominated system. And these other people they're not going to let the women come in and running them. They don't do that. Black men only do it because he's used to women fussing at him. His mama did it. He used to women telling them what to do because most of them was raised by women. But the man who wasn't raised by women, he's not using no woman coming to him just talking to him any kind of way. And that's why when his girlfriend fussing, yeah, I get him, call him names, he don't care. He used to that. Mama did it. Them white boys would tell Mom, shut up. Yeah, tell their mama, shut up. Let's take it back, fellas. We got to take it back. They're leaving us in ruins. Most development come through males, not women. You see any development? See any development going on? See, women think success is getting a woman elected to a high office. We need a female governor. No, we need a governor that's going to get something done, on female or not. Because I tell you, because you got like people supposed to vote for you because you're female. But see, the thing is, with the um, you want to see women in high places. But who is that helping? Just because you got one person as a governor. What's that doing for the community you live in? She can't do no more as governor than anyone else. Just like Obama couldn't do no more as president than anyone else. The only person who can get away with what Trump doing is Trump. No other man could have got away with that. I told people back when he was president the other time, and after he was out and they getting all those court rulings in his favor that should have went against him. I told people, Trump is no longer a man. He's now an ideology. And no one else can get away with what Trump doing but Trump. Obama couldn't have gotten away with it. He wore a tan suit one time and the whole nation went crazy. Trump sitting up in the Pope's funeral with a loud blue suit on, while everybody else got black on. No one said anything. Obama, we're thinking about Obama. He helped the homosexuals out a lot. So what? And he didn't really. You know where it came from? People, they asked Obama. He didn't champion anything for homosexuals. He signed the bill after they brought it to him, after it became law, after the states had ratified it. Because I'll tell you what happened. They asked Obama. They asked, do you believe gay people should get homosexuals? Do you believe in homosexual marriage? Obama told them. I remember seeing it, and I'm gonna dig it up one day. He said, "I think marriage should be between a man and a woman, but I can't tell someone else who to love." Those were his exact words. And after that, everybody put it on Obama. And if Obama had signed it into law ahead of time or executive action, The states went ahead. Remember, it went state by state after that. If Obama had signed an executive order, they wouldn't have to vote state by state. It would be law, federal. But after the states ratified it, then he signed it into law. What is he supposed to say? No, I don't believe these people should have rights. You know he couldn't have done that. You have to remember one thing. He was president of the United States, not pastor of the United States. And so, but if we get, one day we may have a female president, which I think would be okay. I voted for Hillary and I voted for Kamala. And if Kamala run again, I'll vote for her, which she may. But I think she didn't do bad for a person who just only had just a little over 100 days to get prepared. And but then a lot of the people were just against her anyway. Man, they act like they hated her, but they couldn't even tell you why. And I tell you why. All they heard was black woman this, black woman that from the people in her campaign. She didn't do it. But people around her did it. And you caused her a lot of problems. I'm going to take a break and come back.
What's good, everybody? My name is Brandon Hunter, also known as OG Brando, and I am the founder formulator for the Origin of Greatness. In front of me, I have my products, the OG Hair Sheen, which is all-around great moisturizer, and then I have my hemp seed butter, which is all-around great moisturizer for the skin as well. If you have any questions about either of my products, please, you can find me at the Origin of Greatness on Instagram, the OG LLC on Facebook, and at our website at theog.net. And also be on the lookout for the OG in collab and connection with Tierra Speaks. You might just catch us, with some, we got a little collab going on. She got her thing with her self-care box, and so we got some things coming. But greatness is definitely on the way, onward and upward.
Hi, we're here today to promote the Juneteenth Art Contest. This year we have 2 categories. We have the youngest, the 12th through 5th grade, the K through 5th grade. We want all the artists to submit their original art piece, whether it be sculptures, abstract, watercolor, however you want to submit it. It has to be an original art piece. And the first place prize is $186.50. We also have the second category, which would be 6th through 12th grade. Again, we want original art pieces. Submit them by June 18th. Please get your submissions in.
Okay, I'm back. So this is really for the fellas. I know the women may not like this, but you don't have to like it. But for the fellas, you need to take back charge. Quit letting these women run you. And she want to argue all the time, leave it by herself. Let her argue by herself. Nothing like being with an argumentative woman. You got to listen to that all day and night. And see, the thing is, and stop, and see, the thing was, stay with your children if you can. The ones who can. So what happens a lot of times is they're not telling you. A lot of these women say the father's not around. A lot of them are. A lot of them at home with their family. So a lot of these women have babies by married men who already got a woman and family, and know he's got it. Know what he's got. And then cry later. Because see, women like men that they see other women like. There have been times I've been places, women walk all over me, didn't say nothing. As soon as they saw me with another woman, now they all up talking to me. They'll have a baby by a man who they know having babies all over town. There's a guy I know, 28 years old, got 18 kids. And this was like 5 years ago. probably done had more since then. Those women know about those other babies. Now, how a woman like them, women like that, gonna run a community, keep the community afloat? I know we have our own lives to live, but see, nobody's saying going out here being an activist and all for the community. What we're talking about, you take care of your responsibilities. That help build the community. Strong families build a strong community. That's what build a community. That's what we're talking about. When I say building the community, that's what I'm talking about. Building it up with our characters and morals. No one's telling you to go out here to clean up everybody else's trash and all that. That's just cleaning up. We need to clean ourselves up and take back charge of our neighborhoods. Because the government is, they let you know their piggy bank is closed and they're not helping anymore. So we're gonna have to do it ourselves. All those we're gonna need private investment because all those government projects that help build stuff around here, like they did at Broadview Hotel in this town, that's out now. They're not putting any more money out like that. After Trump gone, they may, but we want to have our own bill by the end. We need to get some investment teams here, like the Asians got. And when I lived in LA, they had Little Tokyo and Chinatown. Those people had investment groups. They built their own stuff. They didn't look for the government to come in and build for them. But it's going to take men to get that started. And fellas, try to stick with your kids if you can. I know a lot of times you don't believe in your kids, but you believe in that woman. But try if you can, because and you don't believe until you usually put you out. I know, and quit letting these women put you at the house that you bought. Sometimes man had a house before he even met the woman. He gotta leave. He leave because that's what he think he's supposed to do because they planted in your head. If you gotta go, you gotta go. Before 1945, when you got a divorce, the children went with the man and the woman left with what she came with. I don't think that was quite right either, though. Now I don't go along with that. But why should the woman get everything and the man get hardly anything? I know a guy that was sleeping in his car. He got divorced, bought a house, bought his wife a car, he had a truck. Her new boyfriend living in the house with her, driving his other car, because she got that car too. And he got the truck. She man, what you doing out here? Man, I got divorced, man. Well, rather his wife divorced him, and she got everything, man. And her and her man living in my house, and he was so pissed, man. He really wanted to burn the house down. I told him, I don't do nothing like that. He said, I really want to. I said, well, that's on you then. Do what you want to do. I can't tell a grown man what to do. I can suggest to him, but I can't tell him what to do. If you want to burn it down, I can't stop him. I can suggest to him not to, but I can't tell him not to. And I suggested to him not to, because you end up in jail or something. The kids in there, you burn them up. You have to be sensible with these things. But if that was what he was going to do, that's what he was going to do. And he didn't, and I'm glad he didn't. But but we have to get to the place where we got to be men and stop letting these masculine women, jump up in our face. And because they jump up in my face, and it's going to be something. They have, and it was something. Pow, pow, pow. With these, not with no heart, but with these. Why shouldn't I? Most of these women are bigger than men now. And a man my size, you got a 5'2" woman who jump up in a man's face. She's 120 pounds when you can find one that size. And The man the size of an NFL linebacker up in his face, cussing him out, talking about what she'll do to him. Now, if she'll bring a man that size that kind of smoke, what you think she'll bring to a man my size? So that's why when it comes with smoke, I got to put it out with some fire. We have to quit letting these women think they can do whatever they want to do to us, and we need to take back charge. They don't have to like it. They didn't care if we liked it or not, the things they've been doing to us, and then blame us for everything. It's to the place now, they think so little of black men. Black women think so little of black men now. They're telling you, they expect if you go on a date with them, they want you to start paying their bills. If men say, how you doing? These bills doing, that's what it's doing. But go pay them. You say you're doing so good, you're strong and independent. Go pay your bills. That's what everybody else do. That's why it's called your bill. I pay some woman bill, who gonna pay mine? I only pay bills where I live. It benefit me. I'm not paying bills to benefit somebody else. If you got children and you choose to live alone with those children, that's on you. And you know you got bills, and you went and got that place knowing you had to pay the bills, pay them. You want to tell him how to take you on a date now. You wonder why they won't date you no more. If I'm going to take one on a date, she's not going to tell me how to do it. I do it how I want to. You don't like it, just don't go no more. Or just don't go that time. And see, now they're saying you got to go to a 5-star restaurant. But most of you don't even know what a 5-star restaurant is. I have women I knew who said they don't eat McDonald's. As soon as we broke up, that's all they ate was McDonald's. And I'm going to tell you, you 50 and 60 and year old women all on social media trashing men. Talking about these men ain't this, these men ain't that. Aren't you out of that phase? Why are you still dating at your age? Haven't you fixed your life by now? Putting all that talking about like you want romance and all that on social media, then these young girls share it over. Most of that stuff you see these young girls share over, some older woman has wrote that mess. And they clown black men on social media all day long. As soon as a black man put up something, they go crazy. But look, if you 50, 60 years old, you ought to have your life on track by now. I'm out here talking about bring you flowers and candy. Now he better bring you some Bengay and some Polygrip. You might be doing all that for no 60-year-old woman. I wouldn't do it. Because I wouldn't have a woman that old, to tell you the truth. And most people want. An 80-year-old man don't even want a 60-year-old woman. He may get one, but that's not what he wants. I mean, and you men the same way. Oh, that's Methuselah. They're talking about these women, this and that. Come on, man. You got to have something else on your mind by now. People getting got that old, still trying to date like they're in high school, like you're 20 years old. And haven't gotten things together by now. And one of the problem is women take dating like it's marriage. You want the man to act like he's married to you. Now, a committed relationship, I can understand that. Because when you get older, you just dating this person, dating that person. Used to be a date where you go to a movie, go to a meal, and that's it. Now they want you to pay the bills. But see, that's what dating is. But When you get older, you find someone to have a relationship with, not just be around here for fun. And they're not paying your bills as soon as they meet you. That's why men need to take back charge of this. And when these women tell you about what they expect for you on a date, tell me you're going to get somebody else and you tell me how to do it. And if I want to take someone on a date, I take you where I want to take you. You don't want to go, don't go. And you think I'm going to pay one of your bills, you out of luck. And it don't be the best of women saying stuff like that, because better women not going to do anything like that. There are higher class than that. Try to get a man to go out for a man just for a meal. Get with a man, think he gonna pay your bills because y'all go on a couple of dates. Because if I take a woman out and I see how she is, and I see she's not what I want, it ain't gonna be no more. No, I'm not taking her out again, so we can't say we dating. We went out. But if I see you're not what I want, I'm not gonna keep it going because I've gotten past that stage. I can go with or without. So man, let's take back control of the dating. Let's take back control of all this stuff that other men got control of. We let these women take it over, and look at what the big mess it is. That's why they gotta go out with each other. Girls' night out, pajama parties. So now they talk about having Valentine's Day, where the women give each other stuff for Valentine's Day. You already got that pitiful? You gotta have a woman give you something for Valentine's Day. Most of the girls don't even have a prom date anymore. Well, they do, they friends, they female friends. Now that's their prom date now. The they having grown women having pajama party. What kind of mess is that? That's just supposed to be something little girls do. The little girls, little 9 and 10-year-old girls and little bitty girls can't have pajama party because mama and grandmama had her pajama party. Cut that mess out and be women, grown women. Most grown people, men and women, haven't lived adolescence. They're still doing the stuff the 20-year-old do. I talked to a woman, 40, 50, 60 years old. Talk to them. When you talk to them about, when you get out of what their little job that they know, not little job, but their job, because I'm not trying to diminish them. Get out of their job and things like that and talk to them as a person, you would think you were talking to a high school freshman. Because see, men, we got to stop letting women lead us. Well, I don't know how to lead me, but the ones who do, we let them take over society with that feminism, and we haven't benefited ever since. We haven't gotten any. What new legislation black people have? What new bills? What new organizations do we have? We had Black Lives Matter. 3 women started that. They kept going to prison, took the money buying mansions and all that. See, Black Lives Matter, to show you what I'm talking about organization, it was poorly organized. What happened was they didn't have an organization, structure. The organizational structure was poor because when King's programmed the Southern Christian Leadership Conference had a march, you knew it was theirs. It got to the place every march was calling Black Lives Matter. Everyone's not supposed to march under your banner. You had marches in all white neighborhoods, Black Lives Matter marches. I know that's nice, it's good, but you're supposed to have control of your brand. Your brand was out of control. Then during the George Floyd situation, they Black Lives Matter was given like 100. I heard 150 million one count, but now I heard it was more like $100 million in 1 month. But that was that 1 month total. The other million came later. But that 1 month total, that first month was $100 million. You know they squandered that money, bought mansions and luxury items, and I think a couple of them went to prison. One of them is an artist. I think she's still out. She got out of it. Now there is no more Black Lives Matter organization. Well, not like there really was anyway. But see how poorly ran that was? And now they bought a mansion, a 6-bedroom mansion. This was a safe house for the community. A 6-bedroom mansion on the other side of town, not even in the area. A safe house, 6 bedrooms. I can see if you bought a building, a vacant building that was maybe old school or something, made rooms in that and say it's a safe house or some type of building that's not a mansion. I was there say, no, that was for you to live in. You stop lying, that was your house. But they, two of them was in prison. I don't know if they're out or not. And one of them, I think she went to prison about 3 times. Tax fraud, some everything. But see, they just didn't know how to run that organization. Men need to step up and get the vote out like we used to, through organizations, through the precincts. I don't even see that happening anymore. When they used to vote, you should see those fellas out there with with that literature, the precinct committeemen, getting people to the polls and going to their houses, talking to them, getting them to the polls. You don't see that anymore. Because when women run things, they try to run it through social media. And another thing, you women need to stop, and you men who's doing this too, because a lot of you all be filming this, I can hear your voices. You need to stop putting out these fight videos up on social media. So there's such thing called ethnic image. It's like that stuff has become a part of our ethnic image. We already have an ethnic image of fighting and violence, and you're not helping any. World Star Hip Hop was one of the worst things that ever happened. Now, people just want to put up fight videos all over the place. It's like, sometimes I think some of them are fake. Because it seems like they meet each other. You know, they meet each other, already got the fight started. And half the time they're not even hitting each other if you really look at it. Who can punch somebody 30 times in the face? The face don't swell up, you don't see no blood. If you notice, the head not even moving. But the image doesn't look good. It doesn't look good. And you have some man standing there laughing and grinning. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. Now, I wouldn't stop it. I heard the women be saying, why won't the men stop it? Do you hear anybody talking about stopping 2 men from fighting? Those are 2 women fighting. Now, it'd be different if it was a man beating up. Those are 2 women. They want to fight. I just going about my business. I'm not going to stand there and record it and laugh. Just going about my business. I don't even want to watch it. No, I don't even want to watch that. Unless maybe there's a little mud involved. But the thing about it is, I'm not getting in the middle of that. Men are almost afraid to even touch those women because they'll claim he grabbed their breasts or something. Then want to go get her people to jump on him. He grabbed me by my arm. He put his hands on me. That has happened. Men stay out of these women fight. Let them duke it out and go on, walk on away and go on about your business. They'll cut that out then. Or now let them fight in front of a crowd of women. We have to stop backing the madness up. 'Cause I rarely see videos of men fighting anymore, and most of the ones that are up are fake. Who want to put up a fake fighting video? A fake fighting video? Why put up some mess like that and ruining the image of your people? See, I know you say, well, I don't do that. What they got to do with me? There's such a thing called an ethnic image. If I come back and say there was kung fu fighting, who do you think of? An Asian person. If you say country western Billy Bob, who you think of? A white male. People have an ethnic image. Black people have an ethnic image. If you say a drive-by shooting, well, who come to your mind? Some black males, right? If you say he was high on meth, you think of a white person because white people mostly use meth. If you say he was high on crack, you would think of a black person. There is a thing called that's part of your ethnic image, and most of ours is bad stuff because many people are judging things by what they see on social media now. I've never seen you see all those fighting you see those women doing. I've never seen it in person. As old as I am, I never seen black women fighting like that in person, in stores or anywhere. I've mostly seen them on videos. And you're not helping your people any posting all that mess. And that most of you fellas really ones really posting a lot of that mess. Quit posting women videos of these women fighting. If they're gonna fight, let them fight. Go on about your business. I don't even know you why. I don't know why you want to stand and watch that. I don't. If I saw it, I'm going on about my business. They do it for attention. And black women, why y'all gotta fight every time you get mad? And when you start, you won't stop. And the way you argue can't help but be a fight. Person trying to talk to you about something, you calling them all kind of names and won't stick to the subject. The way you argue can't help but be a fight. Or somebody punch the fire out of you. But see, most of these black men, they just walk away and leave you alone. They just about to get tired of you. Our ethnic image has gotten so bad through social media. Because many people are living their life off of social media now. And ours is not looking good. These other people do that. I have seen other people in other demographics. I have seen them fighting like that, but I haven't seen any black people. They fight all in their neighborhoods. The police have to come out and everything. But you don't see it all over social media. They don't put all that stuff out there. They'll take the video and just keep it. But us, we have to put it all over social media, let everyone see it. Think it's funny. Oh, let me see how many likes I got. Putting these little, and men, you got to see about your daughters too, because these women are lying these little girls underage all over Facebook dancing, and you can't help but it comes up. I don't even look at it, because when it come up, I don't even, those reels, because you go from reel to reel. So why are you looking at it? You can't help but see it. I don't look at it, but you can't help but see it when it comes up. And I can see that's a little bitty girl doing it. And why are you letting those little girls do that? Let them do it up under the tree or under the light like they used to at home. And have their pajama party and do it. Stop having your pajama party so they can have their pajama party and dance around. Because that's giving black girls a bad ethnic image. Now the other girls are doing it too, but not at the rate that people allow these little black girls to do it. Girls are like they're almost just out of Pampers. And got them dressed like they some little hoochie dancing around. And you can't help but see it. I don't watch it, but you can't help but see it because when you're going on, that stuff pops up. Men need to take control back. Black men, we need to take control back and quit letting these women run everything. And if you gotta go alone, just be alone. Just be alone. But you can't just stay with a woman you're scared to leave her and letting her run all over you, telling you what to do, running your household. Just have a say so, yeah, But the men are letting the women run the household, and they keep up, and they're known for keeping up noise, not getting things done. Like I said, these Congress women were keeping up a lot of noise, and it's good. They're punching back verbally. They're doing their part, but that don't mean they're equipped to run it because they're keeping up noise. Because when you start running things, there's a lot of things in place that you have to have in place. A lot of things. You have to be able to keep people in place and and bring people together. And the way the average black woman talk to people, you're not bringing anyone together. You have everybody mad at you. Even if they do work with you, they still mad at you because of the way you talk to them. Even black women privately would talk about the mess black women do. I need to cut this foolishness out. Black men gonna have to go it alone, and you better come on for the ride because we got to change this. You all don't get it done. You can't get it done. Since the 70s, we haven't gotten anywhere. I remember we started building co-ops and everything. Then that feminist movement came and they built the projects. And the women chose to move in the projects with their children than to be with a man. Well, you all may not like what I say. I know the black women are angry because you all get angry at everything. You don't never take anything into consideration. See, black men used to folks talking about us. And we ain't nothing. They tell us we ain't nothing. Or if they think we ain't, don't mean you're not nothing. They just think you are. People get black men, we used, but men in general, we used to being told how people feel about us. Black women are being lied to. And then when you ask somebody, even when you ask somebody to tell you the truth, you get angry because it's not what you want to hear. So what I'm saying is not what you want to hear. But it don't have to. I'm not saying it because for you to like it. But you're ruining the black community. You're not ruining it, you've ruined it. And it's going to take black men to build it back up. I have my cash app up. I want to bring more programming. So I would rather have done this with a woman here with me. But it takes money to do that. And start hitting my cash app so I can try to, when I do things like this, I can have a woman here and get a dissenting view, and I can just bring the facts up while she's here. To me, just talking by myself, all I can give my point of view. I want you to hear the woman's point of view also. So don't be afraid to hit my cash app. It don't any amount is would do. Because we're getting to the place we need podcasters now. And we need ball races. Because we cannot trust the mainstream media anymore. They're not reporting a lot of things. They're afraid of the occupant of the Oval Office, Trump. They're afraid of him. He tell them what type of stories to run. They're afraid to criticize him. So hit my cash up if you can. And I'm gonna get ready to get out of here. Next time I come on, I'm gonna try to have a guest with me, and I may even let a woman give her view on this. What I said tonight, I know she's not gonna like it because women never like it when somebody do anything short of praising you, but you're just gonna have to get used to it. Because the day is gone where everybody just tap in your face and compliment you and say what you want to hear because they figure just to keep you from going off. You're not the only one who can go off. So I'm gonna get ready to get out here. Remember to hit my cash app and so I can start bringing in more guests. Get back in my big studio. See, this is the little studio that I do myself. The big studio over there, where I got more room and more mics and have more guests. That's the studio I use when I have guests. Sometimes we can even do it from my desk. I got mics all around the place. Yeah. So remember to hit my cash app, and I'm gonna get ready to get out of here, and I'll see you next time. Thank you for tuning in to No More Water. Fine. Next time, and let me now see you next time. Let me run this commercial, but I'm out of here though. See you later.
What's good, everybody? My name is Brandon Hunter, also known as OG Brando, and I am the founder formulator for the Origin of Greatness. In front of me, I have my products, the OG Hair Sheen, which is all-around great moisturizer, and then I have my hemp seed butter, which is all-around great moisturizer for the skin as well. If you have any questions about either of my products, please, you can find me at the Origin of Greatness on Instagram, the OG LLC on Facebook, and at our website at theog.net. And also be on the lookout for the OG in collab in connection with Tierra Speaks. You might just catch us, with some, we got a little collab going on. She got her thing with her self-care box, and so we got some things coming. But greatness is definitely on the way. Onward and upward.